Hi, my name's Kira. I'm the director here at Horesmanship Home and the horse trainer and coach for Harmony with Horses WA. This is my boy Roper. He is a 6-year-old quarter horse. I bought him as a 2-year-old unstarted colt. And yeah, we've been doing a lot of training over the last few years and taking our starting quite slow, working with Liberty and Groundwork, and yeah, he's going really nice in the saddle. And I just thought I'd do some demos of a few exercises that have come in really handy from riding from the ground up, and how it really shows that when you put your foundations and your fundamentals in, that you end up with a really nice and willing horse. Because we have taken things slow, Roper's never thrown like any kind of buck or rear or bolt or any kind of bad behavior, and just the starting process has been super easy, and yeah, obviously quite slow. And yeah, he's my first horse that I've taken it this slow, and definitely I'm getting the rewards out of that. So I just thought I'd share with you guys a little bit of what we've been doing over the years, and I'll start with showing you how he is working, and then I'll show you with a horse that's a little bit younger, and then I'll show you with a pony that has just arrived. So you'll be able to see the difference and how that progression looks. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the video, and this is our first, so bear with me, I'm still learning and not that great with technology. So yeah, just bear with me, and yeah, I hope you can learn a thing or two of what we do.
So you can see here that I have walked off with Roper. I've lifted my body energy and pointed in the direction I wanted to go, as opposed to sort of pulling him forward with me. Same with the backup. I have decreased my energy and guided him with my arm as a block, and obviously that is a progression. We're working with a horse that's slightly more educated, and starting off with a carrot stick, and obviously the different levels of pressure. So my levels are suggest, ask, reinforce, and I'm really blessed with Roper that we're kind of at the stage now that everything is at the suggestion phase. It takes very minimal effort to get him to do whatever task that I have in mind. And if you watch here, more often than not I have a nice smiley rope. He's nice and relaxed. If you're watching his body language, he's got his inside ear and eye on me. His head's nice and low. He's slightly laterally flexed with his nose tipped towards me. Here I am disengaging the hindquarters, and I have just kind of tilted my body and looked towards his hind end. And then I've crossed over to the forequarters, and where his inside front should step across. So if we just watch for the next one here, everything I do on both sides, because unlike the human, the horse's brain is educated separately, so the left and right brain are separate, and therefore they learn independently. So if you watch here again, I've disengaged his hindquarters, nice smiley rope, and then there we go, his forequarters across. Now you look, he's a very relaxed horse. Look, I just sort of step through. There you go. And look how balanced that is. Straight from that four-quarter movement into a canter. Correct lead. The small circle here for the whoa. I've stopped my feet. I've sort of lowered my head down. I've dropped my body energy. I've put my hand in the air to give him that signal. And here I'm just sort of moving him across. I prefer him to be on my right side, so his near side, simply for the in-hand shows. That is where we're required to be. And if you watch again, I come back and meet him because I want him to walk off with me. I don't just walk off and leave my horse. Again, nice smiley rope. I'm not under his chin. I'm putting that pressure on him. I'm not dragging him. And look at that, straight into a trot. Stay at his shoulder. He has a little jog, so I have to remind myself to kind of slow down for him. I stop, he stops. You know, woe back, he woes back. Walk off together. There. Now this is something obviously I've worked on with him over the last 4 years. And he just handles so beautifully, and this transfers into the saddle. So watch here, we woe, and then woe back. You know, and we just with each other. You know, so I start all this off with a rope halter and a lead rope, and generally a carrot stick. With a horse, it's a little bit more disrespectful. Generally, I'll put like a plastic bag or something like that on the end of the carrot stick, just as a further extension, you know, to reinforce sort of space and that respect element. So I'm just showing here that, you know, everything you do on one side, you do on the other. And you see Roper is quite balanced on both sides. He doesn't necessarily have a better side. On the 4 quarters here, he just moves lovely across, which is a very difficult movement for the horses. I think it's on this side he gets a little bit stuck. He's not as fluent bringing his left front over, and that is because he had a 3-way fracture in that leg only a year ago. So you can see here I just give him the time. He doesn't come all the way across, but I'm just patient with him, and we've been working and building that up, and everything's done super calm. So here I'm just kind of having a play with the walk forward and backward. You know, as Buck Brannaman says, everything you do with a horse is a dance, and it absolutely is. So here you can see I make some corrections just to keep him straight, but I maintain that nice smiley rope. I'm not under him, under his chin, and putting that pressure on. I've just corrected him there. I'm not under him, you know, and we're both respecting each other's space. And that's what you're looking for. That respect transitions into the saddle. Here he's licking and chewing, so he's thinking about what we've done. Laterally flexing him here. And you see and then I transition here from the lateral flexion into the disengage of the hindquarters. And look, nice smiley rope. Beautiful. And then again, same on the other side. So it takes a little bit longer to come around here. There we go. There's the lateral flexion. And then I'll ask here for the disengage of the hindquarters. See how I pivot my shoulders as opposed to facing his head. I'm looking at his hindquarters. Lots of rewards and release. Look, I don't have any contact on the rope there at all. He's getting a lot of attention, a lot of reassurance in between the exercises. I'm just going to take his halter off here and demonstrate the same exercises only at liberty. And, you know, generally I will actually start with the liberty work, particularly for your hooking on and follow through. I want the horse to want to work with me. You know, I don't believe in forcing. I don't believe in adding extra gear to get to that point. I don't believe in thrashing the horse around the round yard either to make it think it has no other choice. So I just take everything really slow, and that's why this process with Roper has been 4 years. But I mean, you're watching this video and there's been no edits or cuts on this video. This is, other than me putting this voiceover on, this is as organic as it gets, and you can see he's just beautiful, and taking our time has truly paid off. So you just watch, he's paying attention to my energy, to my cues. His inside ear and eye is on me the entire time. Now I haven't touched him. I've used very little physical cues. This is all energetic. Ask him into a canter here. Look how balanced and how beautiful that is. There's not, you know, there's none of the transitions between the transitions. It's, you know, walk, jog, lope. And we ask for a whoa here. So we've got an immediate hook on and an immediate follow through. And he's just self-correcting here. He's just putting himself in the position that I like him to be on. There he is there. And that's solely for the in-hand competitions that we do. So again, we'll come here and do some little bit of 4/4 movement. Bring him forward. I've asked for a whoa. Back up. I haven't touched him. We've bumped into each other a few times there, but I guess all dancing partners do that at times. Just shifting my shoulders there, walking towards the hindquarters. And you see, I never leave him behind. You see that if he went to get a fly there or he gets distracted, I wait on him. So, if I had have continued on with what I was doing, I would have lost him. So you got to keep that Bluetooth connection there. You got to step back and wait on him to catch up to where you're going. So there he's there. We're together. Good. And I'll just wait on him. There. So we'll do the same on this side that we did on the other side. And you watch, there's no head bobbing, there's no bucking, there's no rearing, there's no kicking. Everything is just really quite smooth. And, I find now that we are in the saddle, it's the same. Everything is just, it's effortless, it just flows. And I am so glad that I've spent the time with these exercises and these fundamentals to get to this stage. So I'm just showing here the transitions from walk to jog and jog to walk. Ask for a canter. Look at that lovely balanced canter. Just checking out those transitions. So, and then a whoa, you have that clear signal. He's trying to self-correct there and get on that correct side again. And again, I haven't asked for that. That is just, he's got stuck on the wrong side. That is just memory from my training. I don't mind what side he stops on, to be honest. That I quite like that he trusts me on his offside. It's mainly for competition as to why I've asked him to always stop on my right side. So you watch that follow through there. He goes into a trot. Now, if you notice, I have no whips in this video. I have no crops. I didn't touch him there to ask for that trot. It is just complete energy. I've asked for a walk. Disengage the hindquarters. Again, I haven't touched him. Release. Give him a rub down. And yeah, that's it for roper. If you watch how I halter him as well, I'm going to tilt that head and nose towards me, let him drop his nose into the halter. But yeah, so that's a horse that we have on our team, one of my most educated horses. And yeah, I hope this video give you a little bit of an insight as to what you can achieve with your horse and how effortless and fun it can be. We really strive towards that soul connection. And yeah, next up we have Harmony's El Dorado.